UK government members are urging for a minimal regime for British state aid after the Brexit transition period ends as informal negotiations continue this week in London. Leading Brexiteers driven by the Prime Minister's senior advisor, Dominic Cummings, are opposing any legislation which would have the UK's internal market subsidy regime governed by an independent regulator. But a minimal approach to the regime would be disputed by Brussels, who seek to achieve a level playing field. Michel Barnier has said there can be no future economic partnership without robust guarantees on a level playing field for future trade. The EU's chief Brexit negotiator also warned time was running out for a deal after the UK did not detail its plans for the future state aid regime. The UK's counterpart, David Frost, has refused to reveal the details, explaining there are ongoing policy discussions in London. Mr. Barnier and Mr. Frost were set to have dinner together on Monday night in London ahead of further informal discussions about the trade deal this week. The state aid issue is now a key element of the negotiations with the EU. An official source told the FT, "Of all the level playing field issues, it is state aid that the European Commission is most concerned about. Number 10 seems to care enough about this to potentially derail the negotiations with the EU." The UK government announced plans for the UK's internal market post-Brexit, giving Westminster legal powers to control state aid of Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Friction over the future state aid policy has been sparked in government since autumn. Theresa May's administration aimed to allow the existing Competition and Markets Authority to regulate the new state aid regime. This approach has since been dropped by Boris Johnson's team. A Whitehall source told the Financial Times there were intense discussions between the former business secretary, Andrea Leadsom, and Mr. Cummings, causing final conclusions to be delayed.